Hey y'all, it's your girl Juliet, also known as Ahava Y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. So it's been a minute. It's been a little over 3 months, maybe 4 months since I posted a video. One of my subscribers, were they even a subscriber? Yeah, so I've been away for a little bit, and one of my subscribers reminded me how long it's been. They were like, it's been 3 months. We need an update, specifically on the calathea. So that's what I'll provide for you today in this video. I'll show y'all my calatheas. Two of them. I have two of them. And well, I have more than two, I believe, but the specific ones I'm talking about are the rescue calathea. So we'll go through that. I'll show you that, and I'll show you the rest of the plants that I have outside, because that's what happened. I put a lot of my plants, a lot of my smaller plants outside for summer. It's good for them to be outside, to enjoy the weather, the humidity, and the sun. Okay, so here's my setup. Starting over here is my bird of paradise, my white bird of paradise. Here's a peppermint plant that I took from this garden. Actually, I just plucked them out and put it in a pot so that I could have it to be able to propagate somewhere else. And then I have my mother fern, and then we also have a cactus over here and another one here, my roadkill cactus. Well, this is actually a pot with a few cacti in it, so this pot had a crack in it and I grabbed it by this side over here and it ended up breaking. I have to transplant it into something that is draining with the hole in it, that has a hole in it. But this is what it's looking like right now. I make sure that I don't have too much water sitting in there, especially after a rainfall. The next plant I have here is my Monstera deliciosa. It's doing a lot better out here. I still see some thrips back here. Oh my gosh. I tell you, these thrips won't leave me alone. They won't leave my plants alone. And so I have here my calathea. Okay, here are the rescue calathea that y'all wanted to see. They're not doing too well at all. They've been outside, and what's happened is that they've dried out, right? So I have it in this porous and well draining soil or medium, and I haven't been keeping it moist or keeping it watered. So they've been drying out, and this is what it's looking at like now. So it's not completely dead. This particular stem is dead, it looks like, but this one's still alive. I'm going to be bringing them in shortly, and hopefully I'll be able to revive them. But don't worry, guys. It looks like all is lost, but it's not. There's still some green leaves here, and it's still surviving. All right. But that's basically my calathea, my rescue calathea. They could use some watering right now too, actually. All right, so I have a couple cuttings in here. Ugh, the water is a bit dirty. It looks like there's some kind of creature growing in here, but so this is what these are looking like. This is part of my cactus, which I had rooted, and it's still in here. Looks like that root is rotted. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of work to do before I bring all of these plants in. This is pothos cutting, the roots growing in circles. Okay, some nastiness growing up in there. Okay, so here is my alocasia frydek. This is my baby, and it hasn't been doing too well. Had it out here for some time, and I don't know, I think it was way too much sun for it. I see a thrip. Oh my gosh, y'all see that? See it crawling? That's terrible. But this is a corm that I managed to root, and I transplanted it into this pot here along with the mother plant. But this hasn't been growing the way I expected it to grow out here. As I mentioned, I think it was getting way too much sun, so the leaves aren't coming out as big as they should be. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens once I bring it back in. I have it here so that it could be shaded right in here. Have it over here so that it could be shaded from the hot sun and so that the leaves don't burn. Over here in this corner, we have my spider plant. Okay, the propagation. And this one has been on a little bit of a journey as well too, a little bit of a struggle because it needs some water. It needs water. It's a bit dry right now, but otherwise it's growing well. I think it could be better, only if I stay on top of the watering. And then there's also my philodendron Brazil. Beautiful plant. This one I'm seeing some thrips on it as well. Oh my gosh. It's growing well though. It's growing beautifully. I don't know. I gotta figure out a better solution for these thrips because they just won't leave me alone. Ugh, another one here. So I gotta do a lot of clean these up before I bring them inside, but it's growing well. This one needs to be watered as well. And then I have my string of turtles. It is not looking too good. This one I was having trouble with even before I brought it out. It was just doing all this yellowing business. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. The ends of the strings are looking nice though. These turtles are looking nice. They're just really small. And up top here, it doesn't look too good. But this needs to be watered as well. I guess that's a reoccurring theme here. My plants are thirsty. Oh my gosh. And this, what is this called again? I forget what it's called. Look at this. It looks like some animal outside dug a hole in it, trying to find something. I don't know. And it's in pieces. Ugh. Yeah. I might have to just throw this out or propagate it, try and propagate it in a new pot, new soil, new everything. But I need to get on top of it if I'm going to do that. If not, I'm just going to have to buy a whole new plant and start over again. But I remember when I first bought this, I was telling you guys that I'm going to try my best to make a bigger pot out of this. And this is what happened. I left it out here and it's not doing too well. Next, I got another propagation, spider plant propagation. This one's doing well. It's in a pot that has no holes in it. It's doing well, but it needs water. Yet again. All right. So here we have a propagation, pot of propagation of pothos, some golden pothos, as well as some marble queen pothos. And this one is in, what do you call them? Leca balls or clay balls. They're not looking too good right now, but they're pothos, so I could fix them later on when I'm ready to bring them in. This is my jade plant. This one suffered a little bit of sunburn when I first or initially brought it out here. It's doing better now. Needs to be watered also, but it's grown a little bit. I've lost some branches, but otherwise it's doing well. Okay, next here I have my aglaonema, Chinese evergreen aglaonema propagation. This one's growing well as well. It's had some sunburn. Okay, at the beginning it was out in the sun, wasn't really shielded, and it got some sunburn, but otherwise it's doing well. Okay, so this is the problem with growing your plants or keeping your plants outside. Different animals come and drop seeds in your plant, and you next thing you know you have a weed growing in it. So oh my gosh, here is my what do you call this? I forget what is this called. What is this nastiness? Ew. Anyways, my orchid sunburned, right? Sun distressed, and it's not growing the way I wanted to grow, although it looks like it's getting ready to flower. So there's one stem here and another one here. Okay, and it's growing some roots here. I think this needs to be transplanted into something bigger. So that's something I'm gonna have to do as well before I bring it in. But look, the roots are kind of coming out. Yeah, I need to do a repot for this baby. Cut off part of this leaf, and hopefully it'll be better when it's inside. Okay, next two are my Dieffenbachia, the ones I chopped off the tops of to propagate, and they were doing well before I brought them out. Of course, they have thrips, and yeah, they've been sunburned at some spots as well too, but yeah, we got to clean this up. I don't want to throw this one out. Here you got my ZZ plant. Okay, it's grown out several stems since I brought it out. It actually liked it out here, it looks like, but it's not growing tall, maybe because it's too much sun. So I think once I bring it in, it's going to get more stems that are going to grow a lot taller. But these are the latest ones. These two here are the latest ones, and it's probably because there's too much sun, as I mentioned. Okay, a lot of webs in there too. And then last but not least is my pot of, oh my gosh, Adansonii. How embarrassing is this? First of all, it's infested. It has thrips. Once again. And I haven't been keeping up with the watering. Look at all these dead leaves. All these dead leaves. This is my fault. It's all my fault. With this one, I'm thinking that before I bring it in, I think I'm just going to take a few cuttings and start over again. I don't want to bring this in as is. I'm thinking I might have to get some beneficial bugs to help with this, with the control of these thrips. This is too much. It's too much work. Here is another plant that I've been keeping out here, my spider plant propagation that was hanging inside. This is what it's looking like. It's grown out a stem with a pup on the end of it, or a couple pups, so that's good. That was a bit too strong. Okay, so we're back inside now. All right, here is the breakdown of everything you need to know about bringing your plants outside. So when you bring your plants outside for the summer, one, Make sure you keep an eye on them and make sure that they are hydrated. Make sure you water them as frequently as you need to, because you need to understand that with it being outside, there's the sun, there's the wind, consistent airflow. So your soil is going to dry out a lot faster than when it's inside or it's indoors. So keep them watered. Also, keep them shaded from the sun. If you have to slowly acclimate them to the sun, do that. So don't just bring them outside and leave them there, especially if it's sensitive to the sun. Start out with putting them out there for an hour and then build up from there. The next day, bring it out for 2 hours and 3 hours, and then it'll come to a point where it'll be used to being outside. Don't forget to do that. And another thing is make sure you stay on top of your pest control. As you saw, my plants, a lot of them have thrips. As I mentioned in previous videos, thrips are a pain in my backside and in my plant's backside. So yes, you got to stay on top of the pest control. So make sure you wash your plants, wash the leaves, apply diatomaceous earth if you have in the soil. You could also spray them off with neem oil solution. You could also apply some insecticides or pesticides if you need to. Be safe when you're doing that, and your plants should be good to go. So that's basically wrapping up the end of this video. Thank you guys for tuning in if you watched it this far. I will try to remain consistent with my videos, with posting them, but thanks for not running away, all right, or not unsubscribing. Thank you guys for sticking around, and there's more to come. And these birds are being so rude right now. They're being so rude right now. I'm trying to record and they're being the loudest they possibly could be. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay blessed. Always keep the Most High in your heart. Keep Him near and try to be the light. Shalom.